The Three Fish, a model for biblical entrepreneurship. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the iBAM podcast, where we explore how faith and business come together to create lasting kingdom impact. We're diving into one of the most powerful biblical models for entrepreneurship, the Three Fish model. This model is inspired by the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000 in Matthew 14. It's an incredible story about faith, stewardship, and generosity. Just like the boy who gave his 2 fish and 5 loaves to Jesus, we learn that when we bring what we have to God, He can multiply it to bless others and glorify His name. At iBAM, this story has shaped not only our mission, but also our process, which we call the iBAM process. It's built on 3 core functions. 1. Give a fish, providing startup loans to launch businesses. 2. Teach to fish, offering entrepreneur training for sustainable growth. 3. Equip for discipleship, encouraging generosity and discipleship to multiply impact. In today's episode, we'll unpack the Three Fish model and show how it connects to our iBAM process. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a professional, or a leader, this model will help you align your work with God's plan and create eternal impact. So grab your Bible and a notebook, and let's dive in. What is the Three Fish model? The Three Fish model is a biblical framework for Christian entrepreneurship. It's built on 3 key principles. 1. Faith, trusting God with your business. 2. Stewardship, managing God's resources wisely. 3. Generosity, using your business to bless others. This model reflects the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. Let's break it down. A boy brings what little he has, 2 fish and 5 loaves. Jesus blesses it, multiplies it, and uses it to meet the needs of thousands. This story teaches us that God doesn't need us to have it all figured out. He just asks us to bring what we have, trust Him, and steward it faithfully. At iBAM, this model directly connects to what we do through the iBAM process. Faith is where we give a fish, providing startup loans to help entrepreneurs take that first step of trust. Stewardship is where we teach to fish, equipping entrepreneurs with training to grow sustainable businesses. Generosity is where we equip for discipleship, encouraging entrepreneurs to bless others and create ripple effects for God's kingdom. The first fish is faith. Faith is the foundation of biblical entrepreneurship. It's about trusting God with your business, even when the future feels uncertain or overwhelming. Hebrews 11:6 says, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God." Faith in business means surrendering your plans to God and trusting Him to lead you. At iBAM, this principle is at the heart of our Give a Fish function. By providing startup loans, we help entrepreneurs take that first step of faith. Imagine this. You have a vision for a business, but you don't have the resources to get started. That's where faith comes in. You trust God to provide, and through the support of others, you can take that leap. Here's a reflection question. Are you trusting God with your business, or are you relying solely on your own strength? When we bring our fish, our talents, resources, and ideas to God, He can multiply them beyond anything we could imagine. The second fish is stewardship. Stewardship means managing the resources God has given you wisely. In Matthew 25, Jesus shares the parable of the talents, where the master rewards the servants who used his money wisely. This reminds us that everything we have, our time, skills, money, and opportunities, belongs to God. We're just stewards of His resources. At iBAM, stewardship is at the core of our Teach to Fish function. Through entrepreneur training, we equip business owners to manage their finances, grow their businesses sustainably, and make decisions that reflect biblical values. Here are some practical ways to practice stewardship in your business. 1. Be intentional with your time. Focus on tasks that move the needle. 2. Use your profits for good. Support causes that align with God's kingdom. 3. Treat your employees and customers with care and respect. Ask yourself, are you managing your business as a steward of God's resources? When we steward well, we not only honor God, but we build something that lasts. The third fish is generosity. Generosity is about giving freely, just like the boy in the story of the 5,000 gave his fish and loaves to Jesus. Proverbs 11:25 says, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." At iBAM, generosity is reflected in our Equip for Discipleship function. We encourage entrepreneurs to use their success to disciple others, give back to their communities, and invest in the next generation of leaders. Generosity in business can look like tithing a portion of your profits to support ministries or charities, mentoring younger entrepreneurs to help them grow, creating jobs that uplift your community. When we practice generosity, God multiplies what we give. It's not just about financial giving. It's about using your business as a tool to bless others and glorify God. Here's a challenge for you. How can you use your business to serve others this week? Whether it's through mentoring, community support, or financial giving, small acts of generosity can create a ripple effect for God's kingdom. To wrap up, the three-fish model, faith, stewardship, and generosity, teaches us how to live out our faith in business. At iBAM, we bring this model to life through our process. 1. Give a fish, startup loans to help entrepreneurs take that leap of faith. 2. Teach to fish, entrepreneur training to build sustainable businesses. 3. Equip for discipleship, encouraging generosity and discipleship to multiply impact. Here's my challenge for you. Which of the three fish, faith, stewardship, or generosity, do you need to focus on this week? Let us know in the comments or email us. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the iBAM podcast for more faith-driven insights. And if you want to dig deeper into the three-fish model, check out our full blog post linked below. Let's work together to build businesses that glorify God and transform lives. Until next time, keep trusting God to multiply your efforts for His kingdom. Listening to the International Business as Mission podcast, a space where we explore how to build businesses rooted in biblical principles that create global impact. But we're not just here to talk. We're taking action to spread entrepreneurship to poverty-stricken communities around the world. Our mission is to be the catalyst that empowers people to build sustainable livelihoods and break the cycle of poverty. We follow the three-fish principle: give a fish, providing startup loans to empower entrepreneurs. 2. Teach to fish, offering entrepreneurial training for sustainable business practices. And 3. Equip for disciple making, building a community that supports spiritual growth alongside business success. This is life-changing work, but we can't do it alone. We need passionate impact partners like you to join us on this mission. By becoming a donor, your generous gift will directly fund the establishment of new businesses that provide dignified work and hope. Just imagine, your donation could help a single mother in rural Africa start a small farming venture that allows her to feed her children and send them to school. Or a young man in Southeast Asia to launch a small business, breaking the chains of generational poverty. This is the power of entrepreneurship as a force for good. Will you join us in unleashing it? Go to ibam.org now to start impacting lives through the transformative power of business as mission. Together, we can create a world of flourishing.